5 strategies to become a millionaire in 2025. You've been lied to. They told you getting rich was all about luck, inheritance, or having a college degree. But here's the truth, something no one ever told you. If you really want it, 2025 could be the year everything changes. Yes, you. With the right choices, the right plan, and most importantly, the right mindset, you can shorten the path to your first million. And no, this isn't about magic tricks or shortcuts. It's about real, powerful, counterintuitive decisions. Decisions most people ignore because they'd rather stay comfortable than grow through discomfort. Maybe right now you're staring at a bank account stuck in the red, or you're in a job that barely covers the bills. Maybe you're tired of watching others grow while you feel stuck, like something's missing. And you know what? Something is missing. It's not just about skipping coffee runs or canceling subscriptions. What's missing is real financial education and a clear map. And that's exactly what you're going to get here. A map made of 5 proven strategies. Grounded in action, not guesswork. The kind of content that can change your relationship with money, with time, and with yourself. So if you're tired of living on autopilot, working harder but barely moving forward, I've got an invitation for you. Stick with me to the end, because this is not fluff, and it's not just pretty talk with no follow-through. Every strategy I'll share with you can be implemented today, even if you don't have much money, even if your time is limited. All it takes is one thing, your decision. And if you've got the courage to take that step, what once felt like a distant dream can start to feel inevitable. Master the income-first approach. You know what's funny? Most people treat money like a short blanket. Pull it up to cover one side, and the other side gets cold. They're always playing a game of cut this, cancel that, just eat rice and eggs. But let's be real. Trying to build financial freedom just by cutting costs is like trying to fill a bucket that has holes in it. The math just doesn't add up. Saving $500 a month? Sure, but that gets you to your first million in over 160 years. If everything goes right. And let's face it, in real life, it rarely does. That's why this next idea changes everything. Instead of obsessing over spending less, you need to learn how to earn more. A wealthy mindset starts with a bold decision, putting income at the center of your strategy. And no, I'm not talking about working yourself into exhaustion with 2 or 3 jobs. I'm talking about creating multiple streams of income smartly. Start with what you already know. Ask yourself, how can I make money from this right now? Maybe you're great in the kitchen. Why not start a healthy meal prep business? Good with video? Learn editing and offer as a service. The secret is turning your skills into money-generating assets. It's not about working more. It's about working strategically. One common mistake? Thinking that saving money is the same as building wealth. It's not. Saving is great, but your money needs a purpose. And that purpose starts with learning how to manage it, investing in yourself, and finding ways to bring value to the market. The more value you create, the more money you make. But that means getting real about your financial life. Know where you stand, how much you earn, and how you can grow that income in an ethical, sustainable way. Here's a simple way to start. Build a basic spreadsheet and look for your biggest growth opportunity. Then think about this. Every day, you get 24 hours. That's the one thing everyone has equally. Now imagine taking just 2 of those hours, the ones you usually spend watching TV or scrolling, and using them to learn something that increases your earning power. Sales, marketing, negotiation, copywriting, design. You've got endless options. That's what real financial intelligence looks like. Putting what you learn into action. People who learn to live on 70% of what they earn and invest the other 30% into growth don't just build wealth. They build a whole new identity, one that stays strong even when times get tough. So remember, the real shift doesn't come from saving 30% at the grocery store. It comes from choosing to invest in what brings returns. That's the mindset of someone who stops thinking like a consumer and starts thinking like a creator of solutions, of value, of income. And when you make that shift, you start to see doors that were invisible before. And speaking of doors, there's one a lot of people try to kick down, trying to do everything at once. But that brings us to the next big point, and that's what we'll dive into now. Say no to almost everything. One of the biggest secrets millionaires keep under lock. And key has nothing to do with spreadsheets or cutting back on delivery apps. It has everything to do with the power of saying no. And not just any no, a strong, intentional no with purpose and direction. When you choose to pursue financial freedom, you need to understand that every yes you give to something that doesn't matter is really a hidden no to your own growth. And let me tell you, life will test that focus. Party invitations, side projects, random courses, the next big business idea. It all looks shiny. But just because something shines doesn't mean it lights your path. People who build a millionaire mindset get this. Being interested is easy, commitment is rare. Plenty of people say they want to change their lives, but can't go 3 days without getting distracted by their phone. This is a mental game. When the creator of this video decided to go all in on YouTube for just 3 months, she didn't become an expert overnight, but she did something that most people never do. She built an environment that supported her success. She cut distractions, managed her time, and said no even to good ideas. Because a good idea at the wrong time, it's the enemy of execution. You need a plan, a goal, a deadline. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, but you got to go all in. If you're starting a business, do it with focus and discipline. Looking to make extra income? Pick one source. Learn everything about it. Apply it. Only then think about adding more. One example? Say you want to sell digital products. Then forget about crypto, drop shipping, travel points, and affiliate marketing. For now, breathe your project. Live it every day. That kind of consistency is what turns simple actions into extraordinary results. There's a big difference between someone who's experimenting and someone who's building. Experimenters jump from thing to thing, always excited about the next big secret. Builders? They lay one brick at a time. And don't get distracted by the noise coming from the house next door. Saying no is the quietest, most powerful way to show that you're serious about something bigger. That you realize investing in yourself also means protecting your attention like it's gold. Because guess what? It is. And as you get better at filtering out the noise and focusing on creating real value, a new need will show up. You're going to need powerful tools, inner tools and outer tools, skills that don't come by chance, but by a conscious decision to become valuable in the marketplace. And that brings us to the next strategy. Here's something wealthy people figure out early on. The world doesn't pay you for your time. It pays you for the value you deliver. And the value you deliver is directly tied to the skills you've mastered. Most people spend their lives climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall. They work hard, but with skills the market doesn't value outside their company badge. And then reality hits. Job security is an illusion. And if you can't reinvent yourself, you get left behind. That's why I teach this. Every quarter, learn one high-income skill. Just one, but learn it like your life depends on it. Think about this. First quarter, focus on sales and persuasion. Doesn't matter if you're introverted, technical, or shy. If you don't know how to sell your ideas, your product, or even your own vision, you'll always depend on someone who does. Read books like Influence by Cialdini or The Challenger Sale. Practice your pitch. Offer your service on Instagram or WhatsApp. Make communication your ally. Just this one skill can transform how you manage money because it helps you create opportunities where others only see limits. Second quarter, dive into digital marketing. Understanding how attention works online is like having a superpower. Learn about traffic, copywriting, sales funnels, and strategic content. That's how you scale. You stop trading hours for dollars and start building systems that work while you sleep. Today, platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are real battlegrounds. And if you know how to master the algorithm, you open the door to passive income. Study channels like Erico Roche's, Rafael Albertoni's, or analyze ads from companies like Empiricus. What you learn there can help you sell anything, even your own ideas. Third quarter, challenge yourself to learn programming or data analysis. Don't worry, you don't need to become a NASA engineer. Just understanding the logic behind code, advanced Excel, or tools like SQL, Power BI, or Python can multiply your market value. That report that takes hours, you can automate it. That spreadsheet no one gets, you can explain it. This is personal growth with a real return on investment. And when you combine these skills with the ones before, you become rare. And rare people are valuable. Now here's the thing. As you dive into learning these new skills, a hidden obstacle starts to show up. One that pushes people away from wealth, even when they've got the perfect plan. And it's not about knowledge. It's not about opportunity. It's about energy. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Some people wake up tired and don't even know why. Ever notice that? It's not physical, it's mental. The truth is, most people waste their mental energy on comparison, gossip, and news that has zero impact on their financial goals. And when it's finally time to work on their own dreams, they've got nothing left in the tank. Why? Because they've burned through all their emotional fuel watching rich people on Instagram while complaining about their own lives. That's not just unproductive. It's self-sabotage. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Building wealth takes way more sanity than it does genius. Financial freedom isn't just a numbers game. It's about protecting your mental environment. Want a golden tip? Do a digital cleanse. Stop following people who make you feel small. Instead, start consuming content that feeds you. Swap out empty entertainment for intentional learning. Listen to podcasts like PrimoCast or Investor Mindset. Watch videos from channels like Me Poop. Read books like The Richest Man in Babylon or Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. That one small change in what you consume, it'll completely shift your financial self-awareness. You'll start to think differently. And once your thinking changes, your actions follow. Here's another powerful point. Treat your attention like it's locked in a vault. Because it is. Every thought you entertain, every conversation you allow, every habit you keep, it's all shaping who you become. Want big results? Stop giving your energy to small-minded talk. Saying no to a toxic WhatsApp group can be more valuable than an MBA. And most importantly, learn to tune out the noise around you so you can hear the voice inside. That voice, it's often your best financial advisor. Now remember, energy isn't just in your mind, it's in your body too. If you're not sleeping well, eating right, or giving yourself time to breathe, your ability to make smart money decisions drops fast. Here's a practical idea. Start your day with 30 minutes without your phone. Just you, your coffee, and a book that teaches you something new about investing, productivity, or personal growth. It may seem small, but it's in those little rituals that financial discipline is born. Wealthy people don't have busy days. They have intentional agendas. And when your mind is clear and your energy is centered, something amazing starts to happen. You stop sabotaging yourself with impatience and start loving the process. Which brings us to our final strategy. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Most people give up on their financial dreams not because they're too big, but because they're looking at them all wrong. Let me explain. You've saved $10,000 and you dream of reaching $1 million. Every day you wake up and think, man, I'm still so far away. It feels impossible, right? But that's only because your focus is stuck on the finish line, not on the steps that'll actually get you there. Here's the real secret. Become obsessed with the process. That's right. Love the journey. Celebrate the small wins. Because those daily victories, they're what lay the foundation for financial independence. Wake up not because you're about to get rich, but because today you get to take the right action. Whether it's studying personal finance, learning how to invest, writing down business ideas, creating content, or reading 10 pages of a good book. These are the things that build pride. You've heard the phrase, you reap what you sow. That's not about luck. That's about habit. And habit is built through daily action. Quiet, consistent commitments you make to yourself, with no applause, no audience. Now hear me clearly. When you fall in love with the process, you take anxiety out of the equation. You don't wake up frustrated because your million hasn't arrived. You wake up in peace because you know you're on the right path. And that changes everything. Your mind becomes lighter. Your body feels stronger. Your life starts to align. And suddenly, the results start showing up. Why? Because you're no longer resisting the work. You're leaning into it. You're acting like the person who already has what they want, even before it arrives. Want a powerful exercise? Set a daily time, just 20 minutes, to focus on your money. Do it at night if that works for you. Use that time to track your spending, adjust your budget, study a new investment fund, or review your habits. Stick to it for 30 days. No skipping. You'll be amazed. That simple daily commitment has the power to reshape your entire identity. Because wealth isn't just a number in your bank account. It's a reflection of the person you become. And that person is built one habit at a time. And here's the truth. Once the process becomes part of who you are, once consistency becomes your second nature, results become a matter of time. That big dream that used to feel too complex or too far, it was just a mental game all along. Now that you got the 5 keys, income, focus, skills, energy, and process, there's only one question left. Now that you know all this, what will you do with it? You've got the map in your hands. So tell me honestly, are you going to close this video and go back to life like nothing changed? Or are you going to use this as your turning point? Remember everything we talked about. Focus on building income. Say no with courage. Learn valuable skills. Protect your energy. And fall in love with the process. You already have the knowledge. Now all that's left is action. And if not now, when you're older, more tired, more in debt, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to move. Small steps, one at a time. Consistency. That's the real superpower behind financial freedom. So tell me in the comments, which of these strategies are you going to start applying today? What insight hit you the hardest? Share it with me. I want to follow your journey. And if this message resonated with you, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and walk this path with me. Here, you'll keep learning about money, mindset, freedom, and everything they never taught you in school. Because now you know, knowledge transforms, but only action sets you free.